The Shepherd of Caltanissetta, Italian fairy tale. There is what they say. There once lived in the village of Caltanissetta a young shepherd named Martino. He was poor. He walked in a patched jacket, torn boots, and an old felt hat. He always had a felt bag on his back. Only Martino had an unusual look, like the sun in the blue sky. And he could play the flute very well and sing even better. A boy was hired as a shepherd in one village and then in another. Everywhere the girls simply fell for him. The boys were jealous and the elderly always smiled at him in the friendliest way. This made the young man's head dizzy, and great pride took over his soul. He walked tiredly from one village to another and sat down on a stone in the middle of the meadow to rest. He took out his pipe from his bag and played what he knew. The forest fairy heard that and wanted to see who played it so well. She flew from the daisy to the clover, from the clover to the lily of Whaley, from the lily of Whaley to the carnation, and flew like a butterfly, which is exactly how fairies fly to the meadow. "Oh, how happy you are, young man!" exclaimed the fairy, seeing Martino. "Oh, don't say, is there anyone more unhappy than me in the world? Think for yourself. In order for people to be able to see my beauty, I have to wander like a stray dog from village to village. Amn't I worthy of people coming together everywhere to admire me? With such beauty, I can only be a golden statue. Since then, I would be happy." "Okay, I will give you such happiness. It's not difficult for me." The fairy touched Martino with her magic wand, and at the same moment, whatever he was in, he became all golden, and his felt hat and patched jacket and older pipe and even the stone on which Martino was sitting, everything became golden. The fairy joyfully clapped her tiny hands, laughed and fluttered like a butterfly, from a carnation to a lily of Whaley, from a lily of Whaley to a clover, from a clover to a daisy, and then disappeared among the forest flowers. And the golden shepherd remained sitting alone in the middle of the lawn on a golden stone. Martino's wish came true. People came from near and far villages to admire him. In the evenings, boys and girls gathered on the lawn and sang cheerful songs. Some of the boys played the flute and everyone danced. Only Martino stood motionless, and how he loved to sing and dance with boys and girls. He wanted to raise the pipe to his lips, but the golden hand didn't listen to him. He wanted to sing, but he couldn't get a sound out of his golden throat. Then he decided to dance with some beauty, but the golden feet could not be moved from the golden stone. He suddenly became afraid and he wanted to scream, but he couldn't. He wanted to cry and couldn't either, because there weren't even tears in his golden eyes. Days after days, weeks after weeks, and months after months passed like this. Exactly 3 years later, a fairy flew to the lawn from flower to flower, from blade of grass to blade of grass again. "The shepherd is so happy," the fairy said. "He got everything that his soul desired. Well, tell me, are you happy now? Is it true?" But the statue was silent. "Oh," exclaimed the fairy, "I forgot that while you are golden you cannot answer. Hang on. I'll make you a living person again for a moment." And the fairy touched the golden statue with her magic wand. At the same moment, Martino was blown off the stone as if by the wind, and he rushed to run away with his pipe and a felt bag over his shoulders. "Stop! Hold on!" shouted the surprised fairy. But the louder she hooted, the faster Martino's tattered boots flashed behind him.